Hey guys, my name is Scotty, and in this video we're going to be sketching a whole lot of portraits here in a really loose and quick way. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start out with this reference here as a front view. So we'll start at the top here, and I'm just going to use some loose lines around there. And I'll explain in a little bit what I'm thinking on the side here with the structure. So I'm going around the top, the silhouette, so it's a nice shape there. And then we've got the hairline going around there. I find the chin, which I think is about there. So we go down. Let's outline the face a bit. Okay, so with the face, so we know from the structure of Loomis, if you start off with a sphere and we cut the sides off like this. Okay, that's really important. And this is going to be the hairline, and then this is the nose, and this is the brow. And then we go down another section here is the chin. Okay, the hairline is about there, and then we can split it into three. So the 4 dots I look for. So instead of drawing the lines, as I've done in other videos, I do 4 dots. Those 2 dots are for the brow, and these 2 dots are the nose, and this is the chin. So now I can go and do the brow like that. Bottom of the nose, let's start off with the side nostrils there, and then the nostrils like that. A bit around the nose just to form that nose correctly, and then I'll do the bridge as well. We've got the nose and the eyebrows. Now we can do the eyes and the lips. So if we want to start with the lips first, you can do either. But we'll start with the lips. We go between the chin and the bottom of the nose. We go, what's halfway? It's about there. But I recommend going up a little bit, putting a dot there. That's the split between the lips. Go to the side, and we can see, you can actually even look at the face and imagine those corners of the mouth, and imagining the smile. So then we do the split between the lips. Okay, and then the bottom lip. Just a bit on the bottom lip. It looks much better when you don't outline the whole lips. So how do you find the eyes? We go up from the side of the nose. Let's find halfway between the brow and the bottom of the nose again, here, but then go up a little bit. So it's supposed to be 2/3 up, but I find that hard to actually do myself. So I find halfway and go up a little bit. Then we go across the same width as the nose. Put the other eye, corner of the eye there, or it might be across a bit there. Same width as the nose. So the nose width is the same width as the eye, and there should be a little bit of a skin on the side here. The main line for the eye is the top eyelash. You can see here it's a bit of a stronger curve there and comes in. Same with this side, so let's change that a bit. All these features, split between the lips, the nose, nostrils down here, and the top eyelid can be quite dark. Then we can get into some of the details. So the iris, you can see the top of the iris is cut off. It's in the middle of the eye. The iris goes like this, and try and match it, mirror it on the other side. Now we do the pupil. I might have to bring this down slightly, and then I'll match it on the other side. If you ever change one eye, see if it needs matching on the other side. Okay, so then the pupil. Pupil's like a little mini black circle with a tiny bit chipped out for a highlight. Now we've got the main features. Let's do some supporting lines, which are just secondary lines that help describe the shapes. So maybe a little line across the top here, a little line there. If you had freckles, you could put some freckles in here. Make those corners of the eyes stand out too, that helps. And I will make the eyelashes just slightly stronger on the side here. So then the chin, if you struggle with making your portraits look the right gender, with a female, we make the chin extra narrow, a nice curve like that. And then you can see this area here, it's this area here, for a female, it curves in slightly sometimes. So that's how we can make, on this reference it's more obvious. So we curve this way a little bit, and then you can curve up around the cheek. And then you can bring in your face a bit to match the way you've sketched it. Okay, so what am I going to do with this hair? So your shoulder's about there. Add some more details for the eyebrow. So there's a very quick portrait of the first reference. Now I found this great reference for a side view. When you're going to the side view, it's important to understand how this works with a sphere. So the mistake you can make is that you could do the circle and think that you do something like this, goes back to there. So the correct way is you're still cutting off the sides. So on the side view it looks something like that. What you do is that was the hairline, and then halfway of that sphere is the brow, and then down here is the bottom of the nose, and then you go down another section to here is the chin. So you can see that circle is a little bit warped. You can see the shape here. There's quite a big area at the back there. If you get in the habit of drawing your front views with just a circle like this, and you say do this like that, and you say, oh, that's how I do the front view, which is fine. When you go into the side view, if you then use the same circle, the same size circle, and you draw the chin and you do this, it doesn't quite work to the back of the head. The jaw comes halfway. So I don't recommend using this method when you're trying to draw your front view, because then when you do your side view, it doesn't quite work. You have to have a much bigger section at the back where the skull is, not this way, this way. Okay, so I've got that reference. So I'm imagining that sphere at the back, and the ear is in that corner there, in that quadrant. Okay, so then we'll go, I'm just imagining this whole sphere is here. Okay, so then if the sphere came out to here, then the chin, it's not too much further down, so maybe here. And that's how you can get the right proportions instead of having a long face like that on the side. Okay, and we know that if about halfway, that point there was where the corner of that ear is. So I know I can probably put the ear about here and get a nice shape for the ear straight away. And that's a good reference point for later. So we know that we can draw the hair like that. And so between the chin and the hairline, so the hairline looks like it's there, then I can put 2 dots to divide the face into 3. 1, 2, 3. So we got a point here and a point here. And that is also, I can check with that this way. The brow comes like this, has a nice shape straight across, then down, okay, and then the nose, and then comes back out. It's the nostrils, and then the side of the nose is there. Just add that in. So if you go from the chin to the bottom of the nose, a little bit past halfway is the split between the lips. Just check that on the reference and see if that's right. That's the bottom edges there, then the bottom edge of the lip is there. Might have just missed. Okay, I just made a mistake there, so I just used my Posca white pen to edit that slightly. Okay, so then we go around here to the neckline. Okay, it's coming up like that. Okay, some nice styled lines there. Cool, before we do that bit, I'll go up and do the eyes here. Okay, so from between the brow and the bottom of the nose, the corner of the eye is here. It's slightly tilted back. He does have his eyes, because he's looking down slightly, his eyes are back in the socket. That top line there, there's the iris, the pupil. Some of those supporting lines around. It's a nice shadowy line there. And then you can see it angles back and goes down like this. There's a little shadow there. These tiny little detail lines are nice. Okay, so 3/4 view. We have the sphere again, which is a great reference to keep in our mind. Good to practice this. That's the cut on the side. And if you cut that like this, approximately, the ear is in that back quadrant, and for her, she's got you can't see the hairline, but we'll imagine that it's here, and then we go down another distance to the chin. So something like that. And we'll make sure we get those points in. That's where the brow is, and that's the bottom of the nose. The eye will be about there. About there and there. I'll just start with a loose silhouette at the top, imagining that sphere. Okay. Just looking at the shape of the hair. Imagine that sphere in there. Okay, so the sphere would come to about there. That means the chin needs to come a little bit further out. So I'm going to guess there. That just helps. And then that's that circle on the side. The corner of the ear is about there. So I'll pop it there. And then have a guess there. And then we can adjust it later. Okay, so then the hairline would be up there somewhere. So if we wanted to get the brow in, we split the face into 3. That's the brow, and then the nose, and that's about the chin. So we've got the 3 sections of the face, 1, 2, 3. But this hair comes across like this. Okay, you can say yes, approximately the same shape. That's the brow, and then the nose. Okay. Goes up to here. And so now we'll go for the features. To find the corner of the eye, we go up from the side of the nose towards the brow, about halfway, but then a tiny bit more. And that's the corner. And we can draw the other one too. It's about there. The width of the nose, and then we go across that same width to about there. As the head turns, it can be slightly bigger eye here and a narrower eye on this side. So that gap, that width is a bit less. Okay, and then we do the top eyelash as we've done before. Top eyelid comes around that eye that's inside that socket. Okay, and then we go the iris, and then the other iris, pupil in there, and then we'll go down to the mouth. So between the chin and the nose, halfway, and then up slightly. That could be too high. But let's go with it, and then under the lip, little line like that. Okay, so we're not tracing the whole lips as I've mentioned, and then now we can go up and look at the eyes, the features, and just add a few little thin lines. So these are thinner across just that bottom of the eyelash, of the eyelid, and then some little lines here, and then the nose. You can see the little shadow lines in there. Now, looking at that shape, I think the hair comes down there and across there a bit. And then you see the hair bends back along the neck, come away, and then it bends back towards that ear. And then here, it comes in towards the eye, it comes back out again. And now you can compare it to the features. The side of the face there, there's not much gap, but it comes into about there. And then there's another little change of direction. And then I like to get that pointy chin. So I went back out that way. Now where's the neck? Let's compare it. So the side of the mouth is there, comes down. It's about there. And then I've got to make the neck thin enough to suit. So now I'm going to draw a little bit of a silhouette of the clothing. See the chin. Like this. Shall we do the glasses? Why not try? So this approach, now I'm just doing the silhouette. Got to be wider than her eyes because I've got to fit on her face there like that. And maybe the inside lines are a bit thinner. Okay, you could see how having that structure in my mind with the sphere and the side of the face and the chin really helped with getting the basic structure there. So I'm just going to add a wash to these sketches. So I've added a wash and some highlights on these sketches. Just a light wash and then add some shadows, nice sort of blush across the face. So this wash just brings those sketches alive. If you've got all the details in the right position, it really gives you a base to add in the shadows around there. It can look really nice. I have another tutorial on how to sketch a face right here, so check that out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.